Oh man, it's another hump day. Ooh. This is COFOH Live Undead. I'm your host, Daniel Crozier, and I am joined by the amazing Hank Braxton and Arielle Brachfeld.
You write something on my face?
Wow.
That is an awesome intro.
You know, I was just watching, it's like exciting guests and everybody's in like this cool room
We have a
and
window.
stuff. We're like, look at our window and our heads cut off on our family portrait.
At least you guys have a view to the outside world. None of those guys did.
Right. Yeah, well, it's Western Colorado. It's beautiful out.
Yes. Oh, yes. Hank, Arielle, thanks for being so generous with your time and coming on the show and talking about all the cool things that you guys do. How the hell are you?
We're tired.
We're doing good. We're tired. We have a 3-year-old, so we're tired.
Yeah.
Hank's in post on.
I've been editing a movie for like 6 months, so
yes.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. So it's good. We're thrilled to be here. Thank you so much for having us.
That's thank you. And you guys are set up out of Grand Junction, that area in Colorado. It's got to be much nicer skies. It's all cloudy and over. That's why I've got this glow. It's not the lighting.
Well, yeah, it's always perfect weather over here.
Yeah. Nice. Hank, Arielle, tell us a little bit about yourselves, how you guys met and how you guys started making films together.
You want to go first?
No, you go ahead.
Okay. So I met Hank at an audition. I was auditioning for his feature-length fan film, Return of the Ghostbusters. And I came into audition, and I think he took pity on me and cast me in the role because I did not do well in the audition.
That part's true.
Oh, no.
But
that was actually the worst audition I've ever seen.
It was so, well. Here's the thing:
so
when he shook my hand, like out in the waiting room, because he's introducing himself and helping run the auditions, and comes out, and I'm really attracted to him, and I get super nervous, and like it was just over. All the prep work that I had done, it was out the window. So it was a terrible audition.
Wild.
But yeah, he cast me and ended up working together from there.
Nice.
He cast me before he asked me out.
That's true.
Okay.
Also true.
Yeah.
Quite a bit before. I just want to put that out there.
Oh man, that's awesome. Well, I'm glad you guys are still together, and Hank, hopefully you're not sleeping on the couch tonight.
No.
No,
It's all it's all great.
Yeah, and honestly, it's wonderful. Like to be able to work with your best friend and partner. It's amazing. We're super lucky.
Yeah, that's awesome. Not too many couples can work in that in that way.
Well, I do all the BS. I do all the contracts and schedules and production management and budgeting. He gets to do all the fun stuff. So I think that balances it out.
It's
fun stuff, but it's still work.
It's work. I'm making light, but it's and I mean he produces a hell of a lot of the project too. Any given project. Wait, what do when I say produce, do you want me to give a baseline of what that means?
Yeah, that'd be great. Kind of give our viewers a little bit of insight what that actually means, because
Sure.
it's such a broad term.
So
That's true.
producers win Best Picture.
Yeah.
So they put together the film, top to bottom. A lot of times they get a script or work on the script. They bring the team together. They're involved in casting. They're involved in all the nitty gritties.
They find, I mean, overall, yeah, a producer finds a project, right?
Yeah.
And they find funding for a project, and they find a home for a project, and they usually find the top talent for a project.
Yeah.
So like this actor's going to be in it, this director's going to do it, like
Yeah.
etc. And then they also make the movie happen. It's like we need another visual effects house to handle these extra shots. Producer. We need more
a new
funding.
location.
Producer. We need to fly an actor out here, or this guy's allergic to this. Producer.
Yeah. And at low budget movies, which is what we do, you're doing everything from handling crafty. I mean, I've made soggy tuna fish sandwiches. I've helped out with makeup. Like it's you do anything. You're kind of the mortar that brings a project together and make sure that you have a project at the end of the day that is viable.
Yeah, you're wearing all these different hats.
Just
whatever it needs, and with a lower budget project, it's all in the planning. You got to plan every little thing, and even for the contingencies.
Oh man,
yeah, absolutely. Because the second somebody takes off in their plane, money's burning.
Yeah.
Like when you get all these crew members here, like, we bring in a lot of people from Los Angeles or, a couple other parts of the country maybe, but, we don't have everything we need in Colorado. So you bring in some people, and as soon as those people are here, you're burning money every single day. So that's why, a lot of times your schedules are truncated too. So like you shoot 6 days a week instead of, 5 and taking 2 days off. Like you can't waste a dime.
Yeah. And we got snowed out of location on one of the first films we did back here in the western slope of Colorado. We were supposed to film up near Telluride, and the weather being Colorado and the exciting adventure that is, we got snowed out. Yeah. So we had to totally shift. Hank was able to pull up scenes and rearrange schedule on the day. And this was Dragon Soldiers.
Well, we
nice.
Had a pretty good habit of looking at the weather coming up and shifting things around. Like we moved an off day.
Yeah.
So we ended up working one time like 7 days straight or something to like move an off day. So it was on the day it was supposed to snow, that kind of thing. Like, you have to be prepared for that and
plan.
And whenever we make schedules, we always plan on being able to adjust some stuff for weather. And, it happened on this latest film too.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. We had a meteorologist actually on set.
Oh yeah. One of the actors in the movie is a local meteorologist. And we were shooting our this big final fight scene at the end of the night. And halfway through the night, about midnight, like the wind starts picking up. And I mean, it picked up. It turned into like, I don't know, 30 miles an hour, a very, very fast wind.
We have gear, like we have
we had
hazards.
to bring, we had to bring the lights down because
everybody's cold and miserable.
And I was talking to the director of photography and one of the other producers, and I was like, well, maybe if we wait an hour, this might die down.
Yeah.
And so Butch, the meteorologist who was on set, also he goes, oh hey Hank, and he's got his phone out. He's like, I don't think this is going to die down. In fact, it looks like it's going to get stronger through the morning and continue into tomorrow.
Oh, no.
But since he was there and told us that, I made the call right then and there. Like, okay, we're packing up when we're moving to the bus station, which is another place we were filming. And we're setting up a big blue screen, and we're filming the rest of the scene on a blue screen, and we'll deal with it in post.
So even best laid plans, even planning for everything.
But we did also plan for that. I told the crew, ahead of time, I'm like, we'll have a blue screen ready in there in case it snows or rains or gets cold or something. We were filming, November for that part, so it was like, we figured weather would kick in at some point. I figured it'd be snow and people just cold and we have to go inside. Like I didn't think it'd be wind, but
One of the benefits of filming in LA is you don't have to juggle weather for exteriors the way that you do in Colorado.
Yeah, the weather's a little bit more predictable too. Unless maybe if you're in San Francisco. But,
Yeah, sure.
But yeah, you can see it coming for definitely. Yeah. Colorado's nuts like that. It's on the dime here in Aurora. We got a thunderstorm going on one side of the city, and then it's on the other side. It's just completely sunny. It's a nice day out. It's like it's bonkers. It's absolutely schizophrenic.
Yeah. Colorado. You plan for 4 seasons in one day. We had crew coming out from LA for one of the first projects, and we're like, bring a coat, bring good shoes. We're gonna be walking around with cactus. Like, nobody came prepared. Like nobody came prepared at all. We ended up getting they're pretty. I think it ended up being like 30 degrees at night on that first photo shoot with Will. And like,
that's right. We were filming a night scene for Dragon Soldiers, and the night starts out okay. When we start filming it, you're getting ready at 7 or 8 o'clock. It's like nice. 60, 70 degrees ish. But by the time we wrapped in the morning, there was like frost on all the gear.
Oh no, that's no good for the cameras. Absolutely not.
No. Yeah. Plus, I don't like to be cold.
No, nobody does. And for those that are tuning in, this is Dragon Soldiers here. I think I've got this promotional art that.
Wow, I've never seen that one.
Yeah, that was another one that popped in. But here's some stills. I think that's Heath running.
That is Heath.
Yeah. So Heath, if you're watching, here's a little.
And
and of course Arielle.
Oh, they look so intense. I wonder what they're looking at. It was probably that real dragon from that previous shot.
Right.
Funny enough, we
there it is. Look, listen, just little bit of trivia. That's actually a real dragon. That's how they look.
I believe it.
Yeah, they have really weird skin.
Yeah.
It almost looks like it's not there.
It's in the distance, right? There's that atmosphere of
we put Vaseline on the
dragon
lens.
cells.
There you go.
Dragon cells don't interact with air or UV light the way ours do, and everything else does. So it really looks uncanny.
Basically, Dragon Soldiers was Predator. It was Predator. It was crappy Predator with a dragon.
Listen, I like the movie, by the way.
It's a great movie.
Okay, I want to go so far as to say great, but I will say it's great for the budget and what it is.
Yeah. It's entertaining.
I think it has a lot of heart. And it's one of my favorite films we've done. It's really fun, but I also do like to make fun of it.
Yeah. So all throughout shooting.
When I was all throughout the process, I just called it Crappy Predator.
God.
Well, I mean, listen.
Was that the shooting name?
Listen, no offense to our own movie and everybody else, but it's just like, we don't have Arnold Schwarzenegger in his prime.
Right.
We don't have one of the greatest creature designs ever put on film. Like, there's a lot of things we don't have.
We did have Heath Hine.
We did.
Yeah.
We did.
Yeah.
And he would have made Predator better.
He would have.
That would be hilarious to have him in Predator. The other thing too about Dragon Soldiers is you had little chipmunk.
I forgot. Listen, that takes place after the credits, so it's up to the audience to decide if that's canon or not.
I loved it. I was like, yes, of course. My reference is Caddyshack. I'm like, that's awesome. It's like,
it was fun.
I think every film needs to have more puppets like that.
I love puppets, man.
Yeah,
I agree with you. And again, you're talking to two horror nerds and sci-fi fantasy nerds. Like, it would be great to have the practical effects. We just generally can't afford good practical effects.
We did on the new movie, on our new movie Glowsies that we're working on. We've got some practical zombies that look great and some other cool stuff.
Yeah.
Nice.
Lots of projectile vomiting and slime. It's a good time.
And then the new one's called Glowsies. That's the one that you're editing right now, right?
Correct.
Yeah. You're getting first scoop on this.
That's true.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Is Arielle, you're in this as well?
No.
Maybe.
Is it going to be a CG Arielle?
Maybe. No, I mean, listen, it's not done yet.
Okay,
Like,
all right.
we're still shooting it. We're still
Yeah.
editing it. It's getting close, though.
Yeah.
Wow, that's cool. Man, that's awesome. Yeah,
Can't say a whole lot about it other than
Yeah.
it's a really unique zombie film, which I know sounds stupid. I would think the same thing if I heard that, but it's a bit different than everyone's used to seeing. And the other cool thing about it is it's really appealing to all ages.
cool.
We took great care to, there's no F-bombs in it because I just feel like if the movie doesn't need it, the movie doesn't need it. It wasn't going to add anything to this movie. So I wanted something that people could like watch with their 10-year-olds, like
nice.
like you'll love it if you're a horror fan. It's still full of horror.
Yeah.
But like a 10 or 9-year-old, they could sit there and watch it with you, and there's not going to be nudity or some like weird thing you're going to have an awkward conversation about.
Yeah. And that's great. There's not a whole lot of like horror comedies or horror, family films that you can really bring your kids. I remember growing up with Gremlins and Ghostbusters.
Right.
And stuff.
Right.
That's exactly
Yeah.
the realm that we're playing in here.
Yeah.
In fact, we lovingly refer to this as the #1 movie of 1985.
That's awesome. Yeah. That was the golden age of those films. Yeah, I guess nowadays you still got like the Goosebump movies and some stuff like that. But
I would say since we're talking about Goosebumps, I would say it's probably a notch above that. If you took like Goosebumps and married it to like Return of the Living Dead, we're kind of in that realm.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a beautiful marriage right there. That's awesome. Yeah, that sounds amazing. Okay, so you've sold me. I can't wait to see this movie.
You're gonna love it. I guarantee you will love this movie.
That's great. That's so much fun. Well, and
plus it's only 85 minutes long.
Oh, geez, yeah, sure. Very, very 1980s, right?
I'm going everything we do. We're going 85, 88 minutes ish. Like I just think. Unless your movie is amazing, and even if it is, you better keep it under 2 hours, man. I'm tired of this. I'm tired of these 3-hour Marvel movies.
Yes.
Break.
That's the parent talking. Just like, oh
That's
God,
true. Like,
I gotta go to sleep.
We don't have time to watch a movie that long. If your movie's 3 hours long, that means I'm watching it over 3 nights.
Yeah. Well, like the last John Wick 4 that just came out, almost 3 hours long. And
well, now we're definitely not watching it.
Yeah, it felt.
We watched the first 2 John Wicks, and we were like, wait. Did we just watch the same movie twice?
Yeah, pretty much.
What's his motivation in that second film?
The first one I really liked.
The first one made sense.
It was
like he killed his dog.
Yeah.
The second one's just like, I don't know. I don't even want to get into trashing a movie, but it's okay to trash movies that have hundreds of millions of dollars.
Oh yeah. Well, this one they spend it all on fighting. Yeah, I think
that stuff is all amazing.
Yeah,
it's all top notch.
Yeah.
The choreography on those is really cool. I just felt that the first one was great.
Yeah.
And the second one was just the exact same thing, which is like it's shot beautifully and the choreography is top notch. But I've seen that. Like it was cool in the first one when John Wick was like doing flips and like shooting people in the head casually.
Yeah.
But in this one, it's just like, okay, I don't know. You got to top it, man. That's how sequels go. So that's why I promise if we do a sequel to Glowsies, we're going to add cyborgs.
Excellent. As one.
And if we get to a third one, we'll add time travel and dinosaurs.
Well,
this is going to be epic. There better be like a young adult book series that this is based off of too.
We'll cash that check.
Yeah, exactly. Oh my God, this sounds wonderful.
Snake Out of Compton was supposed to be in triplicate. It was supposed to be Snake Out of Time and Snake Out of Space.
Yeah, I wanted to do 2 sequels to Snake Out of Compton, but
I'd watch those. I watched it again, today. I remember catching it like during the pandemic. It was fun then. It's really fun now. Had a great time. Before we went live, I was talking to you about the references to Training Day, how fun those were. Can you tell us a little bit about that? I know we talked about it before we went live, but how did that project come about?
Listen, we're here to promote our new project. No, I'm kidding.
As you should. No, this is old news.
I'll tell you how that came about. And actually, this is a good story for all aspiring filmmakers because I'm going to tell you how it works. We're as filmmakers, we're not like sitting around, in a bar going like Snake Out of Compton.
Right.
That's the one that's going to put us on the map. That's my dream picture. Like Citizen Kane, move over.
Yeah.
No, these things fall in your lap. You know, there's companies out there that just make content. Like they have contracts to get a certain number of movies done, et cetera, and they find, you know, filmmakers like us, and they're like, hey, here's a script for Snake Out of Compton. Can you guys bring it in for $100,000? And I'm always like, you know, that it finds its way to me, and I'm like, I like making movies. I'll do it.
Yeah.
So I'll do that for next to no money, sure, just because I enjoy doing it. But I hated the script, and I was like, if we're gonna do this, we have to completely rewrite the script.
We also were on a time crunch. Like we had to shoot because they were already engaged in pre-sales.
Yeah, we didn't know that by the time the project got to us, they'd already like talked to people about it. Places in Germany and other places were expecting this movie.
Yeah. So we had what, 2 weeks?
I don't know. Maybe
you rewrote it in 2
I definitely
weeks?
remember coming home from hockey games at like midnight, and my buddy Tim that I was writing the movie with, who was going to make it to page 60 tonight, only made it to page 45. And so like, I'm done playing hockey, exhausted. I'm like, I got to write 20 pages before like 5 a.m.
There was no second draft, man. Like it was just everything that's on. It was first draft. Like it was a page 1 rewrite basically. Wow. But yeah, there was no time for edits. We just went balls to the wall and made it happen.
By the way, I just want everyone, that's the moral here, as everyone should know. Like when you go to the dollar bin at Walmart and you see a movie called like Mutated Lawn Sprinkler versus Piranaconda or whatever it is, and you're like, oh, why do these filmmakers make this crap? Well, it's because we need to pay bills, and
we like making stuff.
They pitch stuff to us, and when I say we, I'm speaking rhetorically for like all filmmakers. Like we always try to make the best thing we can, even with the limitations. We still think like maybe this will find the right audience and it'll blow up. Because Snake Out of Compton it's a schlocky movie. Yeah. But I've seen way worse go way farther, is all I'm saying. Like you just never know.
What's crazy to me is that like it had an awesome write-up in Forbes, and like I mean it got around for $100,000 no-name movie with crappy CGI.
Whoa! Those guys are friends of ours. Listen,
I love the snake in it. I think it looks great.
The CGI for these movies.
It's not Marvel. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, but I'm just saying, like they could do stuff like that, but it's time.
Yeah, it's time and money.
Like on a Marvel movie, you have a team of 10 or 12 artists working on one shot for like 4 months. And we have 2 guys have to do 150 shots in 3 months. So you do the math.
And again, I'm not being disparaging, because again, it's you think of blockbuster cinema that are CGI driven, and there's a level of quality that a picture like Snake Out of Compton on that budget could not attain. You know,
and the problem with all filmmakers at this level is we all do the same thing, which is we could make a really great movie for $100,000. Like we could probably make an artistic Sundance thing. If the whole movie took place in a house or 2 guys just sitting in a car talking the entire time, we could make that great. But we're always too ambitious as filmmakers. And I say that again rhetorically, like all filmmakers like us are like, we're gonna push it as far as we can. We're gonna milk every last dollar and be like, well, why can't we do another 15 visual effects shots?
Why can't we squeeze in another 2 locations?
What do you mean
and
we
another
can't get a real bus and drive it off a bridge?
Like, I think that's cool. That's the beautiful thing about like independent, low budget films is, that those limitations really do, breathe innovation. I mean, it's, kind of putting yourself in that corner and watching something like, Snake Out of Compton. I was, enchanted. I thought it was just so sweet and so cool and so fun. and yeah, we when we talked off camera initially too, like the humor in that, it's not mean spirited or anything
Yeah.
of that nature, and it's got that charm to it. I think that's part of the reason why it had legs too, is it connected with the
Snakes
audience.
with legs.
Yeah, there you go. That's the next one, right? Called
Yeah,
Lizards from Hampton.
Yeah, yeah. No, that's right about the time I think I grew as a human too, where
We all
I finally understood inclusive versus exclusive humor,
Yeah.
and I found that you can be funny and
Yeah.
not make it at the expense of somebody.
Right.
I'll say too, it was a task looking at that material. We're both white. We are both very, very white people, and like looking at that material and trying to be
Yeah.
as
Listen, when that's
respectful as possible with cultural norms. And,
right. When that script landed in my lap, I was like,
right.
Yeah.
Me? Like, come on.
Yeah.
So one of the things we did was we decided it has to be obviously absurd.
Right.
And then, just have fun with it. We made up, instead of trying to use modern slang or sound like one of these urban or rap films that they wanted us to be like, we thought, let's just make up some silly slang, like short figgity. Just this dumb stuff. It just doesn't make any sense. But I kind of thought maybe people would quote that at some point. Again, as an indie filmmaker at this level, you always hope. Obviously, everybody wants to make millions of dollars, right? Sure. Right. But what we want is just want to make something that has staying power, that has impact.
Yeah.
I'd love to see somebody dressed as a character from Snake Out of Compton at a convention.
We got
that kind of thing.
We got so lucky with cast and crew, and again, it really that's a very special project. It was a Herculean effort to make. But that was a very special project, and I'm really grateful for that one.
Oh yeah, all of them. I complain about some stuff on movies. It's always they didn't let me make my vision, man. Always.
Always the case?
When somebody else holds the purse strings, it's hard.
Yeah, they're always gonna override you on something.
It's hard.
Maybe sometimes it's for the best, but it's still you feel slighted a little bit. But we're lucky to be doing it.
Yeah. At the end of the day, I mean, you get to play pretend. That's why we'll take the Snake Out of Comptons and the Dragon Soldiers and the Jurassic Hunts.
I rarely turn down a movie that has a budget.
Yeah.
No, it's pretty awesome. And the other thing too is I love this photo of you two that I think Hank sent over.
That guy?
Yeah. Hank, you cleaned up really nice.
He does.
Are you saying I don't look good now?
You're about ready to head out for a
I decided to not comb my hair, and I'm like, directors wear hats.
I think this is from is it the Unnamed premiere?
That's from it's on the backdrop actually behind
LA.
the picture.
Los Angeles overnight.
Yeah, it was the premiere for a movie that Arielle starred in LA years ago.
Yeah.
It's actually a really good noir, neo-noir film.
Sweet.
It's called Los Angeles Overnight, and I was shocked when I saw it, honestly.
It has horror icon Lin Shaye.
I expected to just because we'd go to movie screenings all the time.
You support your friends.
Yeah, and sometimes they're really hard to sit through, I'm not gonna lie.
Sure.
It's just tough. And we went to see this, and I expected the same kind of thing. This is a movie she shot for 18 months or something like that.
Yeah.
They'd shoot a scene here or a scene there. They had a different DP on different days and used different cameras. And I'm just like, what are you making? How is this going to be good? And it's great. It's a really good movie. And it's one of the best movies I've ever seen about actors in LA too.
Yeah.
The real down to earth, I don't want to say down to earth. That's a poor choice of words, but the real struggling, trying to make it down on our level. That's probably the term I was thinking. So it's really interesting. And I thought enough of it, like I thought the writing was so great that and the writer of that was Guy Jackson, and he's such an interesting guy, but a really good writer. And when we were doing this project, Glowsies, I finally got to work with him on something, and he wrote a great script for Glowsies. He's got a really fun style.
It's a unique voice. It's a really unique voice.
Nice.
Fun thing about Los Angeles Overnight, Ruben Pla and Lynn Shay, who I've had the pleasure of working with now.
Yes.
But Ruben's in most of our films too, and
he's a great actor and a good friend, and so he's another guy we always put him in stuff because he's reliable. Like you're gonna get a performance.
Yeah.
Oh,
but he's not in Snake Out of Compton.
No, it was non-union. Like he was not in a position to do a non-union film.
Right, but he regretted it, and that's why he's done every movie with us ever since, because he wasn't in Snake Out of Compton.
Yeah, maybe for the sequel though,
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that fire's died down.
Oh yeah. Well, snakes with legs, so skinks out of
the thing about making sequels is like the first one has to be a hit.
Yeah.
Just making money isn't enough. There's got to be a fervor. It's got to be a demand for it. They got to see dollar signs in the property.
Someone made a lot of money on Snake Out of Compton.
Yeah, somebody made something.
Yeah. That's I mean, this is, you don't have to answer this, but do you at least see royalties coming from Snake?
Not on that one. We when we moved back to Colorado, we started being able to include profit participation in our contract. So a good chunk of crew, a good chunk of cast will get to participate if the movie makes money. And then we get to see something too, because all of the rates are pretty crappy up front. It's enough to survive.
We make them pretty cheap, but we've been fortunate enough to write checks to people.
Yeah, it's a good feeling.
Movie.
It's a really good feeling. Snake was not one of those that we had profit sharing on, but
Snake was absolutely just a labor of love.
Yeah. I don't think we got paid. We didn't
even take a rate on it. We literally made that movie for free.
Yeah. Wow. Well, you had a really good job, and I needed something to stir my soul again.
We didn't necessarily need money at the time.
Yeah.
And I just wanted to make the movie, and if I took a fee, that's money that's not on the screen.
Right.
Like
I see.
And again, like I said, most filmmakers, we're always trying to make the best movie we can.
Yeah. And that's the thing with so much filmmaking is it's quite an orchestra with all these different talents and disciplines, to kind of coalesce and
it's the most collaborative art form.
Yep.
Like it utilizes everything, and it has the permeance and the staying power.
And we're on our 7th or 8th film now. And a lot of the people working on these movies have been there from the first movie, or we've picked up along the way. And so every single movie, it's like we're mostly just working with our friends.
We're trying to train up.
Right?
We're trying to
we bring in new blood, but it's every movie we call the few usuals, and we're like, hey, let's ride.
It becomes kind of a family environment.
Totally.
And I always like those projects where you can bring in your friends, and that tends to be also how I operate. It's like if I'm going to hang out with my friends, we're painting a mural together, or we're working on this thing, or we're knocking this thing out.
I can't do a big project without my friends. I need those people.
Being on set, it can be really hard. Sometimes you're looking at really long days, and having people that are cheerleaders, it's necessary. If the energy starts going down on set, it's not fun anymore. And it's not like the money's good enough to justify on top of it a bad experience. So you want people that you have a good time with, as well as are competent and talented, in their various departments. So it's cool. It's cool getting to craft this tribe, that you can make art with.
Speaking of which, we've got one of your tribe members. Hi everyone. What a dynamic trio.
Love you, Heath.
And then Scott chimed in saying it's a community effort.
100%.
Man, for a second, I thought that said it's a communist effort, and I'm like, yeah, okay. Yeah. I mean, that's about how we get paid. So
Yeah.
It's totally a community effort. You know, you look at credit scrolls of bigger projects, and sometimes there's hundreds of people working on it.
Yeah.
Those jobs are all still there at the lower budget productions. It's just you have, you know, a fraction of the number of people that do them.
Yeah. Yeah, I think too. There's something to be said about you know, like, you know, the film projects that you guys are working on and putting out, you know, versus, you know, like an independent you know, drama, you know, that might, you know, win the awards that one year, but next year nobody remembers it.
Yeah.
However, you know, yes, you know, like something like a, you know, Dragon Soldiers.
yeah, we don't win the
winning-
awards or people remember it, so it's great.
No. Don't sidetrack what the point I'm trying to make.
All right.
No, but it's, you know, it's building up momentum and you know, finding its audience, and then those people, you know, they become enduring fans. Yeah, I think that's.
You know what? It's actually in Dragon Soldiers when I was there's, you know, the movie opens with a bunch of missing hiker posters and stuff like that. And at the bottom of one of them I put, if you pause the movie and read this, send me an email, and my email address is there. And I just did that like on a whim.
He still gets emails.
And honestly, I still get 2 or 3 emails a month from that, from all around the planet. So yeah, it's cool. It's cool to see it's still out there. People still watching it.
And I mean, Return the Ghostbusters, which is old school, you know.
Ghostbusters fans still really like that movie.
Yeah, like they'll still hit up Hank, or they've stopped talking to me, but they'll still hit up Hank. So yeah, I agree with you. There's something about, you know, nerd culture and horror community and sci-fi and fantasy community where the stuff just it sticks. It has more emotional.
Yeah, well,
draw.
It's another reason we make horror movies is, you know, horror fans are easy to please. You know, like horror fans want to like your movie.
Yeah, they're supportive.
Like they're ready.
They
like
really
and they're accepting of
flaws.
Yeah, and like, you know, certain shortcomings if it's an enjoyable, fun film, you know, like you can't make The Silence of the Lambs, which is more of a thriller, and have some like slipshod acting or, you know, effects. Like you're dead.
Yeah.
Yep.
But you know, if they're running from a giant snake, it's okay.
Yeah. Most definitely. Yeah. It's when you get into those you know, creatures that have hair, you're fucked, man. You know, the CG on that, you can only do Marmaduke so much.
Yeah.
You gotta do I mean, I did a movie with with a killer polar bear.
Right.
And you have to do, you know, you got to do practical with something like that.
Yeah. It was a guy in a suit.
Yeah, it's a fun. It's a cool movie. You know, it's cool. It was cold. It was like we filmed in Alaska.
They broke lenses.
Yeah, it's like 40 below a lot of times.
Wow. Oh my gosh, that's dedication.
Jamie, who plays the bear in Unnatural, also plays the creature in Deadzone. So that's
Deadzone's a movie we did in 2021.
Yeah.
And that's a fun movie too. It's got a good cast. It's got a really good cast.
It's got a good cast, yeah.
And it's, you know, if you like martial arts, sci-fi, zombie action, check it out.
Yeah,
Michael Jai White's awesome.
Yeah, Michael Jai White's in it. He's a great guy, and he's great.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Yeah, he's so much fun. Yeah, and that guy's like in his mid-50s now, and he's still just is kicking ass.
You wouldn't know it, honestly.
Like, he kicks, and he's a doll on set. Like this is what I'm talking about. You know, where they're cheerleaders and people that lift others up versus dragging the whole thing down. And you want to work with those people. You want to work with, and I think that's true regardless of what department you're in, or you know, like we teach, you know, I used to teach. Hank still teaches, you know, limitedly. And one of the things that I always say is like, you got to have a good attitude. You know, you got to show up early. You got to put in the effort and just have a good attitude, and people will hire you.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Definitely don't show up to set as a prick. You know, don't show up with a bad attitude. If you're having a bad day, you know, don't bring it.
Be excellent to each other.
And party on, dude.
I love that. Yeah. I'm a walking, poster board for, good attitude.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, they're actually in our new film Glowsies, there's a
Yeah.
little Bill and Ted in there.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Just vibe and stuff.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, totally.
absolutely. I didn't think
Nice.
about that.
Nice. I can't wait to see Glowsies. When can we expect that to come out? Is there a release date, or are you guys? Yeah, it's just kind of when you guys.
We're finishing up and hoping to premiere it. Some festivals here in the fall.
Cool.
And hopefully we'll play, at a couple Colorado festivals too.
Nice.
Nice.
But putting indie films out in the festival world is a bit tricky. And you got to time it right.
Yeah.
Like, if you want to get into a bigger festival, it's got to be like a world premiere, or at least like a North American premiere. Like they want exclusives. So a lot of festivals won't even consider your film if it's already played in another festival.
Yeah, I've seen that. I've never understood that. It's like, we're you're trying to get your project seen, but
the festivals are trying to get money. Let's remember that. Like they want money and they want exposure.
Mm-hmm.
And so they want films that have names in them.
Yep.
And they want those names to come to the festival and get on the red carpet.
Because people will buy tickets.
And talk about a different project.
Yeah.
But yeah, people will buy tickets and your sponsorships will be secured.
Listen, it's cool. Like, if Michael Jai White's going to a film festival in your town, you're going to go to that festival, right?
Yep.
Right. Like
I am. That's right.
That's cool.
Yeah. Are you, would you guys, consider like the Telluride horror show? Maybe
that's a great fest.
We love the Telluride horror show. Yeah, I'm really again. We have to premiere somewhere else before that, just because that's how it goes. But we really want to play on that one.
Yeah,
and we're getting to a point where hopefully we can submit it soon enough to, be considered
for everyone watching who is into horror as a filmmaker and you have projects, like consider that festival. It's really cool.
It's in a beautiful town too. But our first movie, Chemical Peel, premiered at the Telluride Horror Show back in I think 2013 2014.
Wow. Because it was already released.
I think it was 2014, but whatever. It was like 10 years ago.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Hank, Arielle, we're about out of time. I know you guys are on a tight schedule, but I wanted to say, thank you for being so generous with your time and coming on and talking about, your creative process and your body of work and stuff. For everybody that's out there, definitely go out, catch, Snake Out of Compton, Dragon Soldiers. What else would you recommend?
Jurassic Hunt is fun.
Nice.
Listen, if you like real horror, I think Chemical Peel is a really solid movie.
Chemical Peel is solid.
That's one of those. It's a good thriller. I think the first 10 minutes kind of moves a little slow, but when it picks up, Like
nice. That's cool.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
And we shot it quite a while ago.
Yeah.
But
nice. Oh, cool.
I mean, I'd recommend all of our films. But there's some that we definitely love more than others.
Yeah.
If you're looking for a good time, Snake Out of Compton.
Dragon
Soldiers is fun too. It's not as silly and absurd.
It's adventure,
but it's a good adventure.
Yeah. Cool.
It's got some pretty good humor. I mean, Puppet, come on.
Yeah, sure.
Guys, thanks so much for coming on. Stick around for a few minutes while we sign off, but again,
thank you for having us, and again, like it's wonderful to be here. Thank you.
Yeah, we'd be happy to do it again sometime.
Yeah.
We'll get a cooler room.
Yeah, something with faux finishing.
That's cool.
That is cool.
Oh, thanks again so much, guys. And of course, to our sponsors, to Mutiny Information Cafe. If you're going to start a revolution, make sure you're caffeinated. And of course, our friends at Hellfire Entertainment. Thanks for rebroadcasting us on your social media, Groovy TV, and of course, our friends at Angela Joseph Productions and Alien Donut Films, to Bill and Angela over there, and my producers, Lily Fisher, Amanda Armstrong, and Stefan Santa Cruz. And of course, to everybody that tuned in tonight, thanks so much. Be good. Yeah, help each other out during tough times and stay spooky, everyone. Have a good night.